It was meant to be nothing more than an ordinary weekend gathering. Friends, chatting, soft music drifting through the room, glasses chiming as they were raised. I'd been anticipating it all week, picturing an easy night of laughter and carefree moments with my wife Laura and my closest friend Jason. But the second I stepped into the packed living room, something shifted. The atmosphere felt heavier, like the space itself had tightened around me. I spotted her, laughing, her fingers grazing Jason's arm, her gaze lingering just a beat too long, and then it happened. She kissed him. Not a quick, meaningless peck. Not an innocent, friendly gesture. It was slow, intentional, unmistakable. My world stopped. Everyone else carried on, unaware. But for me, time froze in place. My chest constricted. My heartbeat thundered in my ears, yet I stood perfectly still. Didn't shout. I didn't rush forward. My mind was screaming while my body refused to move, locked in disbelief. They stood there laughing together, either blind to or indifferent toward the devastation they had just caused. The betrayal cut deeper than the kiss itself. It was the arrogance, the calculated ease, the way they seemed almost pleased to humiliate me without uttering a single word. My hands curled into fists, nails biting into my palms. Still, I forced calm over every instinct. I knew with absolute clarity that whatever I did next would define everything that followed. I lifted my hand and felt the wedding ring I'd worn for years, a symbol of commitment, trust, and countless shared promises. Slowly, with deliberate care, I slid it off. The band felt unbearably heavy in my palm, weighed down not by metal but by everything it had once represented and now no longer could. Walked toward the table where our champagne flute caught the low light. Each step was controlled, measured, my posture calm even as rage roared through my veins. I wanted them to understand the magnitude of what they'd done without hearing a single word from me. When the ring touched the table, the sharp clink echoed louder than any outburst ever could. Laura froze instantly, her smile vanishing as if wiped away. Jason's hand jerked, his smug expression collapsing into panic. Their laughter stopped. Their bodies stiffened. The energy in the room shifted in a heartbeat. Nearby, guests glanced over, sensing something was wrong, though they didn't yet grasp. I said nothing. I didn't have to. The silence carried every accusation, every hurt, every moment of neglect, and every secret glance. And it landed squarely on them. Laura's lips parted, as if she wanted to explain or beg, but no words emerged. Jason attempted to speak, stumbling over his thoughts, but failed. The attention of the entire room had settled on them now, the two who had betrayed me. I took a slow breath. My chest felt tight, but my mind was clear, sharp as glass. Turned toward the door, moving with intent. Each step was steady, powerful, final. My silence delivered a single, unyielding message. This ends here. Refused to take part in their disgrace. Behind me, I heard Laura call my name, her voice trembling in a way I'd never heard before. Fear, regret, and panic woven together. Jason muttered something, trying and failing to regain his confidence. They remained frozen, pinned in place by a truth they could no longer hide. In that moment, I understood something important. The balance of power had shifted. That one calm act, placing the ring on the table, had done more damage than shouting or confrontation ever could. It stripped them bare, exposing their betrayal for everyone to see. The hallway outside was silent, the cool night air striking me with sudden clarity. My adrenaline slowly faded, replaced by a strange, icy calm. Hadn't lashed out. I hadn't humiliated anyone. I had acted, and that was enough. For the first time in months, I felt free. Not free from pain or heartbreak, but free from the illusion I'd been living inside. There's nothing quite like the clarity that comes from standing tall while those who hurt you are laid bare. As I drove home, memories surfaced. The years I'd spent building a life with Laura, the laughter, late-night talks, shared hopes, endless promises of loyalty, all of it eclipsed in a single moment by one kiss, one decision, one betrayal. And yet, I didn't feel broken. I didn't feel defeated. I felt released, free from deception, free from manipulation, free from someone who had chosen another over the vows she made. My restraint had spoken louder than any argument ever could, and there was a quiet satisfaction in knowing my dignity was something they could never take from me. The next day, Laura called relentlessly, pleading, apologizing, begging for a chance to explain. Jason sent message after message, scrambling to justify himself, trying to salvage what little remained. I stayed calm, distant, unmoved. Every call, every text only confirmed one truth. I had taken back control of my life. The power of silence and deliberate action had left them confused, shaken, and powerless. They had no answers for what I'd done, and in that uncertainty, the weight of their betrayal finally settled in. That evening, Laura appeared at my door. Her eyes were red, makeup smeared, clothes wrinkled, desperation dripping from every breath. "Please, let me explain," she whispered, her voice breaking. I listened quietly, composed, watching her unravel. She confessed everything, every lie, every flirtation, every secret message sent behind my back. Her shame was unmistakable, her panic overwhelming. Still, I said nothing. I didn't need to. The ring, the silence, the night, they had already spoken for me. Eventually, she asked the question she'd been dreading. Why did you just put the ring down and leave?" I met her eyes, steady and unflinching, and answered, "Because for months you didn't care how I felt. You ignored me. You dismissed me. You betrayed my trust. I didn't need to yell or degrade you. I let the truth do that on its own." Her face collapsed as the realization set in. The control she thought she held over me was gone. Nothing could undo what she'd done. Later that night, sitting alone in my living room, I finally allowed myself to breathe. I had walked away with my head held high, my dignity intact, my heart refusing to shatter for someone who didn't deserve it. The whispers, the stunned faces, the frozen expressions at that party would haunt them, not me. Edie made a statement stronger than any argument, clearer than any confrontation. Dignity, restraint, and self-respect are worth far more than love betrayed. And as I glanced at the bare place on my finger where the ring once sat, I smiled softly, knowing one undeniable truth. I had left them frozen in shock, and nothing would ever be the same again.